My favorite line of the song, Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars, is that very last line that says, You are amazing just the way you are. So I like it because it reaffirms to you how beautiful, gorgeous, fantastic you are as an individual, how much you are so beautiful. That's what we'll be talking about in this episode of Recalibration. And that's why I had to start with that, because I need to reaffirm to you and confirm again to you that, you know what? You have much more in you than you can ever think about. So in this episode, we will be talking about low self-esteem and how to come out of it. You don't want to go nowhere. Thank you so much to all our amazing subscribers. Man, you guys are the real MVPs. I feel like blowing kisses to you all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So just in case you have not subscribed, ensure you click that button right there. Thank you for the likes and the comments, the shares. We so appreciate it. Of course, your feedbacks also, they've been really amazing. Thank you. So before you watch this episode, you know what you should do? Call your friend. You both should watch this episode together. My name is Mary Ogundimu. I will be back. In this episode, we will be talking about low self-esteem and how you can come out of it. You know what? I know we all get to that point when we do not believe in ourselves, when we feel like we're the worst things that have ever happened to creation. Hey, you know what? You're not alone. We also get to that point, of course. And sometimes we just feel like, you know, this feeling of inability where you just feel like I cannot do this thing, not because when you do it you're going to fail anyways, but because you don't even know the amount of potentials you have in you. Don't worry, this episode we will be trashing everything about low self-esteem and how you can come out strong, because we love you and of course you know that we value you. So of course you know that with me on the show is the mind doctor, one and only Tim Atimoe. It's great to have him again. Thank you for coming. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well.
It's always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Now, in this episode, like I mentioned, we will be talking about low self-esteem, self-esteem generally. But then, why do you think people sink into low self-esteem? Let's start with that.
Yeah, nice to be on the show again with you, Mary.
Thank you. So it's a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. Why do people get into low self-esteem? First of all, what is self-esteem?
Okay, great.
I will say self-esteem is simply self-love. And then in the world I'm coming from, self-love is not selfish.
Thank you.
Self-love is just a way where you appreciate something or some things about yourself, you add excellence to it and you leverage it.
Great.
Now, what causes low self-esteem? There are several, and they are the result or the point in which this has led some people into has been really unimaginable. Now, one major cause of low self-esteem, in the course of this episode or interview, I will share some of my experience because I also had the same too.
Oh, wow. Good.
So, one's upbringing. And it's going to be nice if we have parents who are watching this video right now, they need to listen and pay attention to this very carefully. What names do you call your child when the child gets naughty? Now, self-esteem or low self-esteem, in another word, is self-talk. What to say to yourself after now. I have big head. There's nothing in my head. I am slow. I am not smart. Now, what the law of attraction does is, when you think about this, it doesn't respect whether you're an adult or a professor. It doesn't care if you're a little child. So long you think about this most of the time, the universe will give you more and more of what to think about most of the time. Hence, when a child or someone begins to think, I am not loved, I go here and being spanked, I go here and being yelled at, I go to school and being bullied, such a person will end up finding more and more of such people, incidents and situations that will give him or her more of those. So first of all, parents, they need to be careful the way they talk to their children when they are angry, when they are hot, when a child behaves naughty. because such statements or words or names, they tend to stay in the mind of that individual. Or bosses in the office, you are slow, you're not smart. I don't know employed you as in such names.
You see, I'm sorry to quote you. So this one you mentioned, bosses in the office, I know these things happen a lot in the workspace. And somehow we see subordinates functioning lower than they are meant to function. Could it be as a result of these things you've mentioned?
This could be part of it. For example, in a company like this, like is in isolation, but let me just try to relate it. Richard Branson, Sir Richard Branson, he used to be my hero when I was younger. And recently I just go through, researching about him. In his company, one of the things, in his companies, because he has over 300 companies. Now, one of the things he does is he gives his staff that leverage to work from wherever they are, from home or from wherever. Now, he tells them, like the way I'm dressed, you don't have to be on suit, you don't have to be on tie. Sometimes when he sees you as a staff and he's in the mood, he gets out his scissors from his pocket and he cuts your tie.
Wow.
Yeah, I just want you to be free, and he treats everybody with respect. I saw a video, probably you must have seen it, so he visited one of his companies, unplanned for. As he got there, he saw one of his staff was lying down on one of the couches. So he bent low just beside this staff on that couch and took a picture and posted it around to all of the companies that this guy needs to be rewarded or something, that he's worked so hard that he needed a nap. Now, for some people, they'll just knock the person off, give him a query. He's dull, he's not smart, he's not doing so well. So back to parents, the names parents call their children. These things, they have effects.
Now that we're talking about parents, I need us to be very factual as possible. Truth is, sometimes some parents cannot just help it. I mean, they're so furious, so angry. A child is messed up, and the only thing, it feels like, let me just catch you right now and squeeze the life out of you. And before you know it, the parent just says those words. Maybe, I don't know. Can we just quickly touch on how parents can just adjust this pattern of life very quickly? Then we'll go right back.